We visited ANANDALOK School in the northern part of the country as part of our cross-field visits under the shared education program, which is being managed by the Human Dynamics. The idea is to get to know each other's NGOs, each other's work, and thus we went there accompanied by a number of NGO representatives with us. And what struck me first was the wonderful location and the view of it in a very remote, rather hard to reach area of the country. And we saw from a distance, it's a nice location, green field, school, and then the way we were received there, and inside the classroom with the opportunity to talk to the students, the teachers, supervisors, and the books, supplementary materials. Of course, we know that ANANDALOK School, the world of happiness that you have created there, you pursue the government's curriculum 100% in order to teach the 29 competencies, but your additional supplementary materials are very impressive. Arrangement of your classes also quite impressive. The way children sit together. We have seen in most of the schools, other schools are public schools in particular, overcrowded, and also sometimes the classroom situation is not very satisfactory. But in your case, we saw that there's good accommodation for all the classroom accommodation for the children. And especially we saw the toddlers class, which is the preschool class, very nice arrangements. And then also, say, grade 1 to 5, we saw their sitting arrangements, very impressive. The locally made high and low benches, and with the facilities to keep their books and other things. And so it's very impressive. And a few striking things were the engagement of the whole community there, and we were told that the community kind of provided or donated the big chunk of land for the school and the playground. And we also, the teachers are well qualified, also well trained, good supervision, regular supervision, and they are reasonably well paid. And the performance at the primary education completion exam, we heard that was pretty good. In excess of 90–95% children, they passed the exams with good grades. I think ANANDALOK School is unlike the schools run by the most of the other NGOs. It's the closest thing possible to a formal school. I would rather say this is a formal school, well structured, and that prepare the children from preschool, grade 1 year of preschool, and 5 years of the primary cycle. Preschool is very important because most children are either first generation learners. Their parents are, in many cases, are illiterate, not literate. So the way they are prepared and in the induction into the culture, education culture, learning culture is very important. And so this preparedness for 1 year, I think this is very good practice, I would say. And there's subsequent transition from grade 1 to grade 5. I think the way you handle it, that is a very good thing that we have observed. Yeah. And then the extracurricular activities, that also stand out. That is fantastic, I would say, in a rural community. such a poor and impoverished community. And yet, the smile that you saw on the face of these young kids, that is very, very rewarding. I know that it's not very cheap, but I think every penny that you spend is worth it. Investment in education is very, very important. And in the educational pyramid, you need to have a strong foundation at the basic education and secondary education levels. Otherwise, the weaknesses and the deficits would be more visible. Children, the problem here in the children do not acquire, most of the children, they do not acquire the competencies that are recommended by the government. Various researches here shows that they fail to achieve the mastery of the literacy, numeracy, and other competencies that were recommended. That's because of the quality of education has been poor by international standards and national standards. So you can improve those only by more investments in teacher training, teacher recruitment, providing adequate facilities and supervisions, good supervisions. And then you can also learn from other countries' experience in the region, how they have managed it. And it's very important that Bangladesh should spend more on education, especially at this stage of its rapid economic growth and development. The country needs skilled manpower here, skilled and trainable labor force. And for that you have to make investments, both by the government and the donors. But it's a good thing the government has serious commitment for the primary and education and skills under the upcoming PDP-4 program, where major donors are involved, and also the skills development program, where also the government and the donors are working together. So I would say that this step is in the right direction, but you need to work hard and more.